The moves within the Steelers are getting more and more interesting, and some key figures are already making statements that could change the team's direction. Phil Simms issued a strong warning about the arrival of a potential big name, which could directly impact one of the team's top offensive talents. Meanwhile, DK Metcalf's arrival has completely reshaped the team's draft plans, and analysts are already projecting a new path for their first-round pick. A lot could change in Pittsburgh, and you won't want to miss a single detail. So, go ahead and drop a like. Let's get into the video. It looks like the talk about Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers is heating up, and Phil Simms didn't miss the chance to send a warning to George Pickens and the rest of Pittsburgh's offense. According to him, if Rodgers lands there, the receivers better learn to play the right way, or they'll never see the ball again. On the Believe podcast, Simms mentioned that Rodgers tends to favor guys who don't challenge him, which could be a problem for a group like the Steelers' receivers, who have had their share of drama in recent years. Pickens, for example, is an incredible talent, but he's not afraid to show frustration when things don't go his way. If Rodgers does end up in Pittsburgh, will that attitude fly? According to Simms, no. If you complain, you'll never see the damn ball again, he fired. The possible arrival of Rodgers in Pittsburgh is already a hot topic. The franchise brought Mason Rudolph back after his stint with the Titans, but no one is exactly convinced that he's the definitive answer. What's clear is that the Steelers are exploring options, and their interest in Rodgers shows they want to raise the bar at the position. But is it worth it? Rodgers is one of the most absurd talents in NFL history, but he also comes with a full package of quirks and a unique leadership style. Pickens' future in Pittsburgh isn't 100% guaranteed either. After some internal tensions and the arrival of DK Metcalf, his role could shift, and a possible partnership with Rodgers would add another layer of uncertainty. If Simms is right, a QB with Rodgers' profile could help impose order on the receiver group, something the Steelers have definitely needed in recent years. But at the same time, leading through fear can backfire. Meanwhile, Rudolph already knows the Steelers' system well, though he spent more time under Matt Canada than with current offensive coordinator Arthur Smith. So the big question remains, will Pittsburgh actually go all in on Rodgers, or is this just smoke and mirrors? So Steelers fans, what do you think about this potential move? Drop your opinion in the comments. But hold on, because the draft shakeup might surprise a lot of people. Now that DK Metcalf is officially in Pittsburgh, the Steelers' draft outlook has completely changed. Before free agency, the name most associated with the 21st pick was Ohio State wide receiver Emeka Egbuka. But with a true WR1 now on the roster, mock drafts have started heading in a different direction. Let's take a look at the 6 most likely names to strengthen the team in the first round. Derek Harmon, DT, Oregon, is a solid option according to USA Today. The guy is a monster on the interior defensive line, 6'5", 313 lbs, and is coming off an impressive season with 5 sacks while being a nightmare against the run. Pittsburgh loves reinforcing the trenches, and Harmon would be a logical pick. Meanwhile, CBS Sports predicts Omarion Hampton, RB, North Carolina. With Najee Harris gone, looking at a running back in the first round makes sense, even if it's not the most popular option among fans. Hampton is a 6'2", 220-pound powerhouse with over 3,100 yards and 30 touchdowns in the last 2 seasons. He runs hard and has a sharp cut that breaks defenses. It could be an interesting fit, but taking a running back in the first round is always a debated move. Yahoo! Sports suggests Jahdae Barron, CB, Texas. He's versatile, can play multiple roles in the secondary, and even excels in blitz packages. With 67 tackles, 5 interceptions, and 11 pass breakups last season, Barron might be exactly the type of reinforcement Pittsburgh needs on defense. Looking for a future quarterback, NBC Sports projects Jackson Dart, Ole Miss, as a potential pick. If the Steelers are eyeing a young QB to learn behind Russell Wilson, or even Aaron Rodgers if he really ends up in Pittsburgh, Dart could be an interesting choice. He's thrown for nearly 12,000 yards and 81 touchdowns under Lane Kiffin's system. The question is whether the Steelers want to spend a first-round pick on a quarterback right now. Pro Football Network suggests Josh Simmons, OL, Ohio State. He's one of the top tackles in the class and played in a strong offensive system, providing solid protection for Will Howard and boosting the team's efficiency. Pittsburgh desperately needs to replace Dan Moore Jr., and SIMMS could be an immediate fit. Finally, Fantasy Pros points to Will Johnson, CB, Michigan, as a potential steal at the 21st pick. He might be the best pure man cover corner in the draft, boasting size, reach, and elite instincts. If he hadn't missed much of last season due to injury, he could be ranked even higher in mocks. If he falls to the Steelers, he could be a huge addition to their defense. With so many options on the table, the Steelers' draft plans remain a mystery. But one thing is certain. With Metcalf in the lineup, the priority is now to strengthen other areas, and analysts seem to agree. If this move really happens, the Steelers could be entering a new era, but will it be for the better? And in the draft, will the team make the best decision to bolster the roster? Pittsburgh is full of unanswered questions, and only time will tell how it all plays out. If you want to stay on top of everything, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications.